There's a time when the whole gaming community, of the timeline of a game, just like how did the story began and how did the story end, what happens between that and what happens between here and there, la 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 la. Well, there's some speculations or thoughts of how Mario's story began. I mean, it always began when about the baby Mario. And I could have seen game theories, the more shocking Mario timeline, but it would just like be more disturbing. So I'm gonna show you this. The Mario, jumping from Donkey Kong, and Pauline, which is captured by Donkey Kong, which is now the Cranky Kong. Yeah, there are Super Mario's parents. What? And that Donkey Kong Jr., the one who says Donkey Kong, who's now Cranky Kong. Yeah, the Donkey Kong. Actually, he's like actually his son. Actually, the original Donkey Kong's son. The current, which now makes Donkey Kong the third, who's the main character who's seen in Super Smash Bros. Games. Yeah, so anyways, hey guys, it's the boss, and today I'm going to react and watch the Super Mario timeline. Now, Stefano showed this to Daniel, Buddy and Daniel, sees Dance One. I'm going to put the channel in the description, shout out to them. They basically showed this video to him, and he said it was pretty disturbing. I don't know why, so let's get to it, shall we? Let's volume up. 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. There you go. Let's start this up.
The Mario series is basically the most popular franchise in gaming, with hundreds of millions of copies sold. Mario himself is also one of the most famous fictional characters of all time. At one point, it was said that he was even more widely recognizable than Mickey Mouse. For all of its revolutionary gameplay, Mario's story falls short of other Nintendo franchises, such as Zelda. For years, Zelda fans had theorized that all of its games were connected chronologically, and were proven right when the official timeline was released to the public. Despite Mario being a more popular series than Zelda, there hasn't really been much discussion as to how these games might fit together. You might be thinking, Mario has no story, and that's why I'm here. So, without further ado, here's what I think about the Super Mario timeline. The story begins with the birth of the Mario Brothers and the events of Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, Yoshi's Island DS, and Yoshi's Story. A short time after DS, the past storyline of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time takes place. After an unspecified amount of time, the brothers are forced to leave the Mushroom Kingdom for as of yet unknown reasons. By adulthood, Mario and Luigi are living in Brooklyn. At the time, Mario somehow has a pet gorilla. Donkey Kong manages to escape his captor and proceeds to kidnap Mario's girlfriend, Pauline. Wrecking Crew also takes place at a construction site, which implies that they might be the same location.
Back.
After Mario recaptures Donkey Kong Jr., fed up with Mario's mistreating of his father, breaks him out. Donkey Kong and Jr. proceed to rampage across the streets of New York, eventually taking themselves to Stanley's greenhouse. Immediately thereafter, they are captured and sent away to an island, which is the location of the Donkey Kong Country series. After Mario saves Pauline and Donkey Kong is sent away, Bowser discovers that Mario is living in Brooklyn, and he sends the Koopa army after him through the pipes, initiating the events of the original Mario Brothers. The brothers discover the Mushroom Kingdom through one of these pipes, just in time to witness a grown-up Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach, and attempting to take over the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario and Luigi save her, of course, and she gives them a new quest. This is the point where Super Mario Bros. 2 takes place, as they go on this new quest. In his hunger for vengeance, Bowser utilizes the power of the Super Leaves in his next attempt to kidnap Princess Peach, setting into motion the events of Super Mario 3D Land, which results in Bowser's defeat. Though Super Mario Bros. 3 may have been the first time we've seen the Super Leaves, this is the point when they are scattered across the Mushroom Kingdom. Sometime later, Bowser widens the scope of his attack and tries to take over the entire Mushroom world, transforming several of its leaders into animals. Additionally, Bowser uses many of the same tools as his last attack, such as airships. For the first time, he hires the Koopalings in hopes of catching the brothers off guard. Unsurprisingly, Mario and Luigi emerge triumphant. Afterwards, most of the Koopa army was in a wreck, and all that was left of Bowser's forces were his ground units and castle, as shown in Super Mario RPG. RPG also introduces the Koopa Clown car, which Bowser uses once again in Super Mario World. However, before World and sometime after Super Mario RPG, Luigi's Mansion must have taken place. While Luigi's Mansion doesn't connect to any events immediately around it, it must take place here in the timeline to account for later games, specifically Sunshine and Superstar Saga. In Sunshine, Flood and the paintbrush are mentioned to be inventions of Professor E. Gadd, and Gadd himself references Luigi's Mansion in Superstar Saga. Additionally, it is likely that King Boo's attack on Mario in Sunshine is an attempt to get revenge for being defeated in Luigi's Mansion. After Luigi's Mansion, the brothers are reunited and go on a trip to Dinosaur Land with Princess Peach.
Oh, the most
During this
popular
trip,
game.
Peach is kidnapped and Bowser's quest for world domination extends to Dinosaur Land.
Yeah,
Super Mario World ends with Mario, Peach, Yoshi, and their friends deciding to go on a vacation. This vacation is the basis for Super Mario Sunshine. A length of time after Super Mario Sunshine, the Mushroom Kingdom hosts the Star Festival. Bowser and Junior once again devise an evil scheme, which ends in not only failure but the death and rebirth of the universe itself. As a side note, Rosalina has a book filled with several stories about herself as well as the adventures of Mario and Luigi. This storybook is where the entire Paper Mario series takes place, as well as Dr. Mario 64, the only Dr. Mario game with a story mode. After the rebirth of the universe, Bowser tries again to capture the Power Stars. With the events of Super Mario Galaxy being retconned slightly, the Star Festival hasn't happened yet, allowing for Super Mario Galaxy 2 to take place. After Galaxy 2, but before the actual end of the Star Festival, Bowser, tired of his failures taking over the Mushroom Kingdom, sets his sights on the Sprixie Kingdom in Super Mario 3D World. Ultimately, his plan is foiled with the help of Rosalina. After the conclusion of the Star Festival, the Power Stars are now located all over the Mushroom world. Bowser, knowing of their powers, attempts once again to kidnap Peach, and fails. Discouraged by his repeated failures, Bowser assigns most of his next attack to Bowser Jr. in New Super Mario Bros. He does not use the Koopalings, as they are assigned to permanent guard duty at Bowser's castle, as seen in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. During Superstar Saga, Professor E. Gadd refurbishes the Poltergust 3000 into the Poltergust 3001, which has the ability to fly. This device is the precursor to the Poltergust 4000, which is used by Luigi in Mario Kart DS. Additionally, after drinking a concoction at the Bean Cafe, E. Gadd is inspired to continue his paranormal research, which sets the stage for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Note, Dark Moon must take place after both Superstar Saga and Mario Kart DS, as Luigi uses the Poltergust 5000. After Dark Moon, Bowser rebuilds his fleet and invades the Mushroom Kingdom. Twice. In these two games, the Koopalings come back, meaning it must take place after Superstar Saga. After being beaten in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, he flings Mario and company to a distant land in New Super Mario Bros. U. In the aftermath of these attacks, the events of Partners in Time and Bowser's Inside Story occur. After the destruction of his castle and Bowser's Inside Story, Bowser sets up a summer villa on Vibe Island and kidnaps Mario and Luigi. In a surprising turn of events, Peach rescues the Mario Bros. In Super Princess Peach. In Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Starla mentions that it's been a while since she's seen the brothers.
I didn't know there was a game
this
of that
time gap is because of the brothers being kidnapped. After Dream Team, Mario and Luigi come into a ridiculous amount of wealth during the events of New Super Mario Bros. 2. Afterwards, Bowser gives up trying to kidnap Peach. Mario and Luigi foiled his plans so many times that he decides it isn't worth it anymore. This is the point in the timeline where the Mario Party and most of the Mario Kart series takes place, as well as all the various spin-offs where Mario and Bowser are not sworn enemies. Mario, using the fortune earned in New Super Mario Bros. 2, purchased several racing companies and even a toy factory as seen in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. However, this is not the kind of life Mario wants. He's always been a lover of daring adventure, and being a businessman wasn't what he wanted to do. After this realization, Mario leaves the Mushroom Kingdom and buys his own private island to explore. He had set out alone. Peach needed to stay and rule the Mushroom Kingdom in this new, delicate time of peace. The island Mario journeyed to, in time, became Mario Land, Mario's kingdom in the Super Mario Land series. After some time, Mario learns that Princess Daisy of Sarasaland has been kidnapped. For the first time in years, Mario is needed once again. When Mario rescues Daisy, he calls her by name. They had already known each other, meaning that they've met before. Afterwards, Mario comes back to Mario Land. Upon his return from Sarasaland, Mario discovers that his castle has been taken over by Wario. Wario had enslaved the people of Mario Land and transformed them into animals, to use them against Mario. Mario, of course, defeats him and brings his people back to their original form. At this point, Mario's story ends and Wario's begins. This may seem like a strange place for the Mario series to end. Him living alone on an island with nobody, not even his brother. While that may be true, this provides a conclusion to the series that justifies the series' lack of plot. Mario isn't exiling himself from the Mushroom Kingdom. He can return at any point he wants. He chooses not to. Ultimately, it wasn't Peach that made him happy. It was the quests he would go on, and the excitement that came from the journey. In a way, this is just like the feeling we Mario fans have. We aren't playing these games just to rescue a princess. Mario's story ends with him knowing that new adventures will eventually come to him, much like we know that new games will eventually come to us, and will for a very, very long time.
So, yeah, that's it for that. I also got to mention about the game theory video about, that Luigi is in love with Peach and that Mario is in love with Daisy. So, yeah, game theories was meh. So, I hope you enjoyed this video or whatever. I'll put a link in the description to the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, share the Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. And I gotta go to bed now because I've already come up with the apartment there. It's not technically an apartment. It's just like a long ass hotel room. So yeah. Anyways, peace.